going to show you how to make the template, and you can use them in cards. You can have them just standing around the house. You can put them in journals. You can do a lot of things. So I will be right with you, and we're going to make paper dolls. And I have this one that's just sitting, and it's quite cute. And we're going to make a template. And I'm going to make this one here. This is got Jen's face on it, and I think that's kind of fun for scrapbookers. You can make your little character and then put your friend's face on it and then just wildly make clothes for her. And we are going to do that. And we're going to do it with a catalog. And in the catalog you're going to find standing figures. And we cut the figures out. Like, it can be any size. This is a real small one. This is kind of medium size, and this is real large. And we glue them down to a piece of cardstock, and like this. We just glue them on there. And in this case, we're gonna, you can do several. So you just glue them down, all the little figures, and then have them touching maybe. Or like I said, you can have a single one too, but have them touching, and then draw around them, and when you cut them out, you cut them out in one piece. Then you have a template like this. This is a little more substantial to work with than it is with this little cut paper. So then you can just make them over and over again, and you can always just use one or two or three. And anyway, that's how we make our template. So I'm going to start stamping here. We're just going to decorate her. And I've actually drawn the dress that I have on her, made legs, just so that I can have different places where I want to stop stamping. And I'm using a Paula Best stamp cube that is just basically texture, and that's kind of fun for these kind of images. And then I'm using this one, which is also texture, but I thought this would be fun for socks. So we're just going to stamp. I use StazOn, and with StazOn, when you go to color it, it won't bleed. It's very permanent jet black. We're going to use Post-its because we need to block off where we have stamps so we don't overstamp. I used just scissors or a X-Acto knife to cut out pencil, ink, and just glue stick. So to make all these, this is all the pieces you'll need. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off her head. And I want to mask off the waistline because I don't want to overstamp there. And let's see, there is a kind of a flower on this, and I'm going to use that flower. And you could do this with any stamps. I just happen to be using these stamps, but any stamp will work. And just get it down there. And so we have Jen has a blouse, has a little flower on it. Okay, because I didn't get her arms all the way down, I'm going to turn around and mask this off. And this mask could be a little bit too big, so let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Just a little bit more. Okay. With the same, well, maybe not the same. We'll just use something different here. And I'm just gonna, what I'm doing is just finishing off her arms with a pattern. That'll work. So now her blouse is finished. Let's see. Blouse. And then I'm gonna make the, I think I'll leave the belt alone. If I leave the belt alone, then I can color it in a solid color, and that might be fun. Got to mask off her arms here. Use these little pieces. Now I have to mask off the bottom of the skirt that she's wearing. And I'm going to look for a pattern here. Oh, I like this one. So that's nice about the cubes because you can change the pattern, and we don't need all of the pattern. We're just going to do it in a random way just to fill up the skirt. And you might want to mask off what you've already done so that we don't overdo it. Got a little bit to fill here. I'm going to finish that one. Put ink here and get that area. Okay, so now we have a blouse, the plain belt in the middle, and we have legs. Can you see how that works? Now I need to mask off the skirt again, just so that I don't overdo it. And I need to mask off her shoes, because I want her shoes to be different than her legs. So just get in there. And the one thing about drawing the shoes on, it does make it easier to find what you're looking for. Now I'm going to use this, so we're going to give her some pattern. Put it on here straight. And that worked out real cute. Alright, Jen's covered. She's wearing a wild dress. And she has her little face on there. So really the fun is when you start to color these. Because coloring brings out everything in it. I'll just show you this one here. And see the pattern, and this will be her socks, and then I have a pattern on her. I hope you enjoyed that. It's just fun to do these. I enjoy stamping so much, and I want you to know what I know, and that way whatever you know you can mix together and maybe come up with some other ideas for yourself. I do something creative every day.